Hello. Just woke up. You can probably see my face, kinda. If you're in a dark area, you can probably see it. I am all the way tired. It is 6:13. We are 2 hours away from market open. That one, that one, that one. That one. Oh, we can do this. No News Tuesday, which means we're on the gold for taking a trade. As you can see, this was the candle we lost out on. The goal was to have it sold up here. That did not work out the way we wanted it to. Price barreled back down. We bought back in. I'm sorry, we were on a long position, so we bought here and then we sold up here. But the arrows were reversed. If you go down to the 5 minute, you can see it right there. Bought there, sold there. New day, new me, new looking around, new seeing what's up and where. Price action kind of sucks right now. See that because it's not moving. Slow moving price action. We have this range to work with, and we are not entirely interested with these two just yet. Though at the same time, we could see it slowly go into a crawl. I imagine when market opens, it'll start doing stuff, but yeah, looking at it, it's a bit of not good. We have not had a liquidity sweep yet, though it did wick up above this right here. And this was in the same session from here to here. So what do I think is going to happen? I think he's going to fake us out. I think it's going to come up here, sweep this, and continue lower. That would make the most sense to me. This is the retrace we were looking for off of the downtrend off the daily. We were faked out by this. This got us good. We're not going to make that mistake again. That did not feel like it was 6 minutes. I recorded for 6 minutes, paused recording, went and did my own thing, freshened up, woke up a little bit, did some more work on the chart just to get things taken care of, and sure enough, it was only 6 minutes that I did that in. In the event I didn't say it, welcome to Or Plus. Today, we're recuperating from this bad decision right here. Just so we're on the same page and know where we are. This was the candle we lost on, actually. It was on this chart, and it was on this candle here. We lost on that one there. You can see the arrows. It wasn't a good day for us. We lost $3,000, almost $4,000. It's a good thing we're here to learn from our mistakes while we can. Don't want to treat this as a liquidity sweep. It closed close to it. I'm going to treat this like a liquidity sweep because this has a high and these two closed above it, which would make this right here the order block, which caused a liquidity sweep. And at that point, we're looking at the next move because this was the sign of reversal. So we had liquidity sweep. We have a break of structure here, assuming this closes in the next 8 minutes below this high here. If it closes below, that's break of structure confirmation. From that, we'd be looking for, I'm looking at my notes, like the big set of notes, because I think I had more of a grasp. Like, I had these notes here, and these work. But I'm also looking at these in cross-reference, because I'm tired of losing. I know I'm going to lose. I'd rather not lose that much, though. That's just me. So, cross-reference old notes with new notes. Hopefully find a middle ground, and from there, maybe it'll click, and I can confidently say I can just do the mock-up and trade. What do I think is going to happen? My general bias, my daily bias, my general thought when it comes to this market. I think we're in for another leg down. Because remember what I said yesterday, we are in a downtrend. It has not shied away from that. We are within structure. Boom, boom. This I'm treating as a retrace. We were to expect a retrace yesterday and today, and that's what we got, was a retrace. This low swept liquidity elsewhere, and so price has a potential to continue moving higher. My general thought is we have a fair value gap here on the higher time frame, which means drawn liquidity. We also have a drawn liquidity up here off of this high as well. And I think that's what this right here, this breaker block, if you will, essentially told us was that, yes, there's a lack of sell orders in the market. Though price moved lower, it ultimately closed higher and moved higher. So as a result, we're going to see a minor leg up, probably sweeping this liquidity here off of this fair value gap, at which point we'll see it continue to go back down. I don't expect price to come all the way up here, so we're not going to expect it. Looking at the hour, you can see the candle more clearly, the one we lost on. And then from here, going off of session highs. I don't even know if I can count this or this, though these are like super strong draws on liquidity. I know, count these two here because they're in structure with this moving up. This would have been our breaker block, the failed retrace. As a result, price went down, but it wasn't enough to clear this. So breaker block. From there, we had price continue moving higher. We had an inverse for value gap here, which was a sign of continuation. Price was going to move much higher. We had a liquidity sweep here, which was that sign of reversal off that downtrend. That price is going to move higher. And boom, we're here. However, it looks like our leg up is coming to an end because we have, boom, this candle here, boom, this candle here. There's our high, there's a new high, boom, that right there, closed above it, which is good. This is a sign of reversal, albeit a small sign, but still a reversal. From this, we're looking for a break of structure, which is what we're looking for off of this candle. I identified an SMT divergence here from the NASDAQ over to the S&P 500. And you can see it more clearly if I do that. This one goes up, this one goes down. NASDAQ says price is going to move higher. I'm inclined to believe it. Although at the same time, we're looking for that confirmed break of structure per the liquidity sweep, because again, this did in fact close below it. So the NASDAQ is somewhat lagging behind the S&P. Yeah. We're just waiting for it to do its thing. We'll be right back in, I want to say 30 minutes, because we'll have more confluences to look off of, and we'll have more of a foothold on where price might want to go. We'll be right back. I think the SMT divergence is faking us out. Because look, this is my reasoning. Per the past move, right, we had a leg down here, and this looks fine and dandy when paired up with this leg down here, right? On the NASDAQ, though, we have a leg down, but in that leg down, we have a minor leg up, right? And it matches this move up here, right? I think it's a fake out. I think market makers are manipulating those who look at SMT divergences as a final Hail Mary pass or whatever for their trading day. And as a result, they see this and go, okay, we could probably get a couple traders with this. Because this was a sweep. But we're not going to represent that on this chart. And let's just, for this confluence, throw in this little tidbit of confirmation. I think this is a fake out. This chart says price is going to continue higher, but it's not within trend. Sure, it's within this trend, but it's not within this trend. And the higher time frame holds higher power. So what I think is going to happen is I should ignore this completely and instead focus on this. There is an SMT divergence that we ought to take into account. Everything says price is going to move higher. And as a result, we'll keep that in mind. Price might want to continue higher. However, at the same time, we need to keep in retrospect the exact same confluence of the larger time frames. This is a retrace. This is the current high of this retrace. We're looking for the break of structure happening roughly within here, and for a continuation spell, that price is going to continue moving down in this downtrend. As a result of this being the retrace we're looking for, yeah, that's essentially what we're looking for. I think it's a fake out, though. In my honest opinion, I think the NASDAQ is faking us out. I think we're in for a much more much more steep candle leg move down. I am not expecting this to happen at all. I don't know what happened here. That's 9:10 a.m. Monday morning. I seriously don't understand what happened here. Why price decided to jump all over the place the way it did, because, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. If price does move higher, we know it'll go to this here. It'll probably sweep it, which means it'll close above and then rally back down. If price continues lower, we know it's within trend, and we also know that this right here is a super strong draw on liquidity. Why? Because it didn't close by much. Price moved much further down than needed, so this right here, sorry, wake up spells. We know price moved down, but it didn't close super low, so it may have balanced out these orders here. But because price moved all the way up here and was able to close much higher, we got that leg up from this move. And I feel like because we didn't get as much of a leg down to really bring the market down the way it was supposed to, I think we're going to see a large leg down quicker than we will up. I imagine for this move here, it's going to try and target and destroy. It'll actually come up to this right here, right? It'll wick this top key area, and from this, it'll rally back down. But it won't close above it. If it does close above it, we know price is going to try and go for this liquidity sitting right here. Do we have the same thing occurring? Did it occur the same on? It did. It occurred the same, but we're looking at this right here. We have this wick here, and we have another candle that's kind of the fake out. We have this right here, which is green, this right here, which is green, whereas on the S&P, this is red. Right? Again, huge draws on liquidity on both sides of that. Really don't know what the heck happened there. The news is not there, so we don't have any red folders we ought to be concerned with. This really messed us up. And again, price didn't go as high as this. We had an opportunity here. We messed up, resulting in that. We do have a break of structure here. Again, I'm looking at this right here. Yeah, okay. So we might see a leg down here. We do have a break of structure though. This closed lower than this I did. What are we looking for off of the break of structure for continuation? We're looking for fair value gap, breaker block, order block, or equilibrium, right? Did this fill a breaker block? I don't think so. Could this be considered an order block? We're about to find out. I don't think it is, because this right here, this may be the order block we're looking at specifically, which means price could come up and actually wick this like I was saying about a second ago. From that, price is going to continue moving down per the order block. Fair value gap, that's honestly if we have a large candle up or down, we're looking for that gap in between this wick and this wick here. From that, we're looking for the 1 minute breaker structure, inverse fair value gap. And I know this is me literally taking these confluences on the 1 hour and saying, yes, this is what's going to happen. Yes, this is what's going to happen. I think those days are done. I think I'm wrong when I say this right here. When I say any of this, I think I'm wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patiently wait. Like the smart trader that I am, the profitable trader I want to be, and the way the mentor says too, I'm going to wait patiently. I'm going to wait for the key levels to get hit. Then we'll scale down. Then we'll look for building blocks. Then we're going to make a profit off of it, because I want to make a profit off of it. And there it goes. Because we are still within London session, I am going to move this if this decides to go up above it. We are not going to count either of these any of these key levels until after market has decided to, 1, close on this candle, and 2, open on the candle that sits between these, because we want to see it hit on one of these and then from there continue. There we go, breaking through that key level there. Our new high point, just do this. It's right there. Boom. We get ourselves a breakout? No idea. We had a break of structure here. Leg down. I think this could be considered an order block because it filled all the way to the closure of this candle here. Or actually, sorry. I was going to say this is an order block. I am wrong. I'm going to wait patiently. Am I sleepy just a little bit? Yes, a little bit. So far, that's about right. It's just this and this. Currently, that's a little wonky. Just a little bit. In a way, I think we are going to see a breakout, though. We're probably going to have large candle wick down. Question is, will it continue down? And again, if I'm wrong on this right here, being a liquidity sweep, then I do believe we'll be looking for a sweep on our market open from this high. When it sweeps this, it will close above it. From there, we're looking for all the building blocks necessary to confirm that price is in fact going to continue much lower. In the event it does not sweep this and we actually hit this right here, we're looking for price to sweep this right here, at which point we're looking for price to continue higher. Why not here? Because it's outside of current key level. This right here is the most recent low. So from there, we look at, or the session low. From there, we look at different stuff. If it decides to come all the way down here, I'm more than game to count this. And then from that, or it'll close below this and it'll continue. Once it continues down here, it'll close, and then from there, we'll see it continue to move. We'll be right back for when market wants to open. And just like that, we have a break of structure, but breakout altogether. We don't care about this high anymore because it was just broke through. We do care about this high though, because it's right there now. For our market open, this is the price range. It's just going on. So I was wrong. The fake out was not the fake out. It was actually a precursor that price is in fact going to move higher. So with that being said, we have a minor fair value gap, assuming the next candle does not wick all the way down to here. That's what we're looking at. Fair value gap confirms the break of structure, or not the break of structure, but the what's it called? This right here. If this had been a liquidity sweep, we would have seen a break of structure. However, we did not. Actually, we did. No, we didn't, because it didn't close below this. It did not create a lower low. So this is still within structure of it going up. As a result, this idea that this right here was a liquidity sweep was just invalidated because of this. So now we're looking at exactly what we're looking from back to square one, essentially. We're looking for a liquidity sweep. We're looking for a sweepage of liquidity. We have a more accurate price range as to what exactly is going to happen. I'm just going to let that go until it closes. We have 23 minutes till that closes. Wow. I think price is going to be on a steady incline up to this point again, but I don't think it'll pass. Like, if it does pass it, it'll like close above it and continue higher. But if it doesn't close below it or above it, it will close below, wick the top of this a second time, and then barrel back down into the downtrend. That is, in fact, still a thing. Just keeps moving higher, too. Same thing happening here. Yeah, it's happening there as well. Okay. And we're just waiting for it to pan out the way we want it to. From here, we'll be right back. Hopefully we get a decent trade off of this. I'm looking forward to actually trading today. So this will be the last day we trade this week. And then, yeah, a bunch of stuff happening. Stay tuned on Orb's Vault for a bunch of amazing content. I'm going to stream every Wednesday, Monday, Friday. I'll be editing videos all day today. So you'll see potentially 4 videos go up, 2 to Orb, 2 to Orb Plus, and then I'll have videos scheduled out for the rest of this week, as well as videos scheduled all the way through till next Wednesday. I am working ever so diligently to have a video out every single day. I'm honestly thinking about changing it because I'd like to be able to edit these videos and them actually look good and be good, you know? I don't want to turn out just absolute garbage. So, that being said, we'll be right back. I think we're still in the clear right there. Hasn't gone up anymore, but we did see a large up spike here. We have 12 minutes before this closes and market opens for us. We want to see if we have a fair value gap in this. And so that'll indicate to us that price wants to continue moving down. I don't know why I say this, but I know saying this about the fair value gap, like, that's a confluence we can use. It's not, because this was invalidated due to this. We're still within structure on this note here. We're now creating a new high, and as a result, we have the retrace to look at. Again, if I'm being completely honest with myself and with you, I want to trade within the trend. This is a downtrend. This is a retrace. We are in an uptrend per this move, right? And this has been the past day and a half. 3 days. potentially in this right here. 2 days, something like that in this. I want to see price up to here and then drop. Quickly drop too. I want to make some of this back. I don't want to sit anywhere near this at the end of the week. I just cleared 150 lines on Tetris in less than 13 minutes. It is now pre-market open for the app. If you'd like to see me play Tetris, go to Orb's Vault or Logistic Orb on Twitch. And yeah, let's make it happen. Comment, follow, subscribe. Hi! Hi! How you doing, buddy? You have such static in your hair right now. Hi! How you doing? I'm afraid to touch you. You look like Pikachu about to zap someone. I know, I'm messing with him. You're awesome. Per market open, I'm looking at the same chart. We do have that same candle up there. Looks like we're continuing higher. This candle's closed, but the next candle's formed. Bah. 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 Ah, bah, bah, bah. Ah, bah, bah, bah. Bah, 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 bah. 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 Bah, bah, bah. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Dibby, dibby, dib. Dibby, dibby, dib. Don't tear up the styrofoam. Don't tear it up. Crazy baby. He said, I want to hear it when you're awake. You can't just have it up all the time. Yes, I can. I know y'all are seeing this bedhead on this child. Crazy buddy. Pick it up. 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 We swept this high here on a high time frame. Was that the daily we swept it on? Nope. On the daily, maybe the 4 hour. on the 4 hour either. It's only visible on the 1 hour. We swept this. Boom. So what do I think is going to happen based off this? I think we're going to see a reaction down, and that is currently what's happening on the app. We have a candle closure on that green there, and then we have the next candle moving down ever so slightly. I think from that sweep we did get a valid one, and then of course we have not a break of structure, but a fair value gap forming. For the daily, we're still in trend too. Just so we're on the same page, like, yeah, leg down, minor leg up, nothing. We are in trend. We're looking for the price to continue moving down, but if it wants to continue moving up, that's what it'll tell us. It'll continue moving up till it clears this, potentially even this here. Once it clears this, we're not looking for it to come up above this. We're looking for it to stop, close, potentially wick up to here, because again, we have a fair value gap right there as well. It'll probably wick all the way up there, then rally back down. If I had to guess. I mean, that's what it did right here, right? We had a leg down, move up. It wicked into this fair value gap here, and this is a very, very tiny fair value gap right there. From that, went lower. And the inverse fair value gap universally is just the sign of continuation that price is moving much, much further down, or in the same direction it's been moving the past couple of days. So that's what we're waiting on. We'll be right back, so that way it's not a super long video. I just wanted to point out what I see, what I think, what I do, and hopefully we get a decent trade off of this. BRB. Okay, so market opened. Boom. We're looking at key level hit. You see the wick clearly above that, and realistically speaking, yeah, that happened. So what exactly am I waiting on now? I'm waiting on the candle closure. That's what I'm waiting on. For the confluences, is this a liquidity sweep? Yeah. Yeah, it is. This is the order block. Cause liquidity sweep here. Boom, swept that liquidity. From this, market opens. We entered key level. We actually wicked it from that point. We're looking for essentially a reaction off of that. The reaction being that we move much further down. We got a fair value gap as well. That confirmed this liquidity sweep. From here, it's a matter of waiting for price to break out of structure, which would mean we would need to create a lower low, a lower high, and then a lower low. So from here, we're just waiting for it to close, down, up, lower high, lower low, and continue in that trend. From there, we're looking for price to continue on down. We're looking for a short, as is with this current structure here. We created a new high here. However, it is not higher than this high here, nor is it higher than this high, nor is it higher than this high. So technically, we're still in a downtrend. For this though, we broke structure to go into an uptrend. And again, I'm treating this as a retrace for the daily here. That is essentially what is happening. Boom. Retrace. From here, it's just a matter of waiting. From this liquidity sweep, we actually would be moving down to the 5 minute. So let's just go ahead and do that. Boom, 5 minute. Hello, 5 minute. What are we looking for? Break of structure, inverse fair value gap, or an SMT divergence. We have an SMT here. Boom. Let's go ahead and just knock this out. Boom. Good. We have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do we see an SMT divergence? Not really. Not really. Oh, no, we do. Right there. From here to here. From here to here. NASDAQ says we're going higher. It says we're going lower. From here to here. Good. And from here to here. Boom. NASDAQ says we're going higher, so we're going higher. As a result, there we go. Much, much higher. From the S&T divergence that we're moving higher. We're looking for a 5-minute continuation. That's a fair value gap, breaker structure, or breaker block, order block, or equilibrium. So from this candle up, we're looking for fair value gap to form. We're looking for breaker block to form, which is failed retrace, mini red, and then green going up. An order block, which means we're having this here. It'll sweep past this liquidity, continue down. From this order block, if we can't identify an order block or a breaker block, last prayer, last gist of hope, because it's not giving us a clear indication, just go with equilibrium. Wait for price to come back down into a discount, and from there, buy in, wait for it to go higher. Actually, it would actually be just look at the equilibrium because that's the indication that is price moving higher. We'd wait for it to come back down into this zone, and then from there, move higher. Yeah, and it is in fact moving higher per the S&T divergence here. That being said, we'd also be looking after equilibrium or any of those other ones become identified for a break of structure or an inverse or value gap on the 1 minute. That would indicate to us that we've used all the building blocks correctly, and from there, we'd be in the gold for taking a trade. We did hit our key level on both, though. Both got hit. Price went higher as a result of the S&T divergence, and that was to be expected. NASDAQ said higher. This said lower. We're continuing higher. So, boom. With that being the case, boom. Look at that. We're going higher there as well. And again, this is a retrace. We're doing all of these building blocks under the context that this right here is what it's after. Once it has the closure above this, it'll reverse. So we're looking at this right here as a potential no-fly zone. We're going to mark this in red. Because again, I think price is moving up to create a new high here, at which point we'll be expecting it to go much, much lower. So that is what we're looking for. That is what we're looking towards. Past this red line is further moves down per the high time frame confluence. So, and again, this is a new high per this retrace. So we're just following this until it ends. We'll see that through a break of structure on the 1 minute, or not the 1 minute, but the 5 minute. We'll see it. We'll see it all the way through. Assuming I'm not yawning throughout it. Good grief. I know I just woke up, but I'm not that tired. I actually went to sleep at a decent time, too. We're on the 5 minute at the moment. I'm looking at fair value gap on the 1 hour. Hello. For a second, I thought we had a break of structure. We have a minute 44 before we actually see a break of structure, so let's see what's happening here. Hello. I was paused for that little bit. Sorry. We just witnessed a break of structure on the 5 minute. From there, boom. That's what this is. Confirmation of a liquidity sweep on the high time frame, and as a result, now we're looking for a fair value gap, breaker block, order block, or equilibrium. I think we also got an order block with this right here. Boom. This was the order block that caused, boom, all of this down. We did not. Did we sweep this liquidity? I think we did. We're about to sweep liquidity. Do I see it for a value gap? I do believe so. I believe we just actually accrued a fair value gap. Let me see. Good. Yeah, I think we got a fair value gap off of this. We did. We got a fair value gap in the opposite direction. Would this have been at a discount? I don't think it was. So we wouldn't enter off of this, though at the same time, I believe it'd be a premium to enter off of this and watch it fall. That's currently what we're waiting on, though, is we're waiting on... Oh, I am wrong. We had a fair value gap for all of a minute and a half, and it soon after was closed. We're just waiting for confirmation that price is going to continue lower. Without the fair value gap, we're looking at either a breaker block or an order block to form, and it's starting to look like we're getting a order block off of the leg down that we're currently in on trading view. Looking at 3 candles down, right? We closed below this here, but we didn't close below the low. As a result, this was not a sweep. Instead, we're looking at a potential leg down and then a sweep on the high side, which would be up here. Once it sweeps this right here, we'll have a well-defined order block. That's a sign of continuation that price is going to reverse and then move down. "23 seconds, and we might actually have less of an order block and more of a breaker block. Again, this candle, and this candle are all red. They've already been formed. This candle is the only green one currently forming, and it is currently below the closure, or actually the opening of the previous red candle. The one you're seeing form now. I think we just got through witnessing a breaker block on the 5-minute. We did not break structure. We do have an S&T divergence, though. NASDAQ says price is going to go higher. Overall trend says lower. We did get a break of structure. We just made a lower high. Okay. Yeah, you can see this here. I thought this was going to be a order or break of structure. It's not. This is not a break of structure. I also thought it would have been a fair value gap from here down to here. It's also not. This candle closes up quite nicely right there. Once it closes, that is an invalid fair value gap. It's not even there at the moment. This next candle break structure, though, creates a new high altogether, a lower high. We're currently on the next candle. This one here is forming a red one. I believe because we broke structure, we're going to see a breaker block form on the downside. Breaker blocks are indications that there is a lack of sell orders within the market, and as a result, price might just continue higher. I also think that this right here is a order block. This right here is cause this liquidity sweep on the high side because boom, boom, that high, this high. We swept this liquidity here, so price is going to continue lower. From this order block here, we got that liquidity sweep, confirming this is a legit liquidity sweep. From that, we had a break of structure down here. From the break of structure, let's actually go back over to this. Boom, break of structure, and we had an SMC divergence that said price was going to move higher, and it did. From that, we're witnessing we've already got our order block here. I want to see a fair value gap form off of this, but I don't think we're going to get it. I think what's going to happen is on the 1 minute, we scale down. We're looking for a break of structure here. What exactly is our bias? What do we think price is going to do? I think price is going to go down. I think it's going to go down a lot. So where's our break of structure? I think right here, because it closed, but it didn't close below this low here. So that's what I think we're waiting on. We have a fair value gap here. Did it close underneath a fair value gap? No, not really. I want to see a break of structure. I want to see it go below this. Because again, this was the SMT divergence, I think, from here to here. Just so we're on the same page. I'm looking at that. That is a well-defined break of structure on the 5 minute. Uh-huh. believe we had a breaker block form. And it would have been on this right here. This is our breaker block. Lack of buy orders in the market, and so price is going to continue much lower. I'm looking at this leg down. It causes a leg up, sweeps this high here. And from that, I'm looking at price continuing to go lower. I think we are gold to press sell. Wait for it to drop. Do I feel confident in the building blocks I've put together? The only one I'm lacking on confidence on is the 5-minute fair value gap, breaker block, order block, or equilibrium. I'm confident this right here is a breaker block. I'm confident this right here is a fair value gap. Per the 1-minute. Or actually, sorry, because that was the 5-minute. Boom. Fair value gap there. It's a small one, but it's there. Confirmed break of structure there. And then from that to the 1-minute, boom. We zoom out. Price is currently going down. I do want to see a break of structure below this, though. That is my final. My absolute confidence is in that break of structure. If we get that, I am gung-ho, ready to go on pressing sell for a short position. For a short position. That's what we're looking for. When the stretch hits just right. We're getting there too. On the app, we're getting there. Do I think price is going to go higher? Yeah. Yeah, I do. The whole premise of my idea, though, hinges on this right here being a liquidity sweep, a valid one. So what am I doing at the moment? What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price to come within discount. I'm waiting for it to go down far enough for me to press buy and go higher into this red. I do not think price is going to go higher than this red. Even though NASDAQ says, yes, price is going to go higher. It's currently what we're waiting on. I think what's going to happen is on the 5-minute, for better confidence, if this right here closes above this, this will have been a valid order block, at which point I'll be looking for a buy entry going higher. And that actually ties into the next setup. This will have been a confirmed order block. We'll go down to the 1-minute, wait for the break of structure on inverse or value gap. From there, price will continue moving higher in the direction it's going. Yeah. Interesting. Looks like we got our break of structure. Price is currently tanking. I think it's okay if we press sell now. Because on the 5-minute, we have our fair value gap. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Yep. That is, we're currently forming the break of structure on the 5-minute. So we have boom, boom, breaker block, definite breaker block, lack of buy orders in the market. From there, we'd move down to the 1-minute. Boom. Look for break of structure. Look for inverse for value gap. We did not have an inverse for value gap, but we do have a break of structure that just formed. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and press sell, and I'm going to let this ride. I'm not too concerned with this number at the moment. Where do I want my stop loss? I want my stop loss above this here. Might get an even 3. Is that? Nope. Yeah. Even 3. Boom. Take profit. We're going to put way down here. Modify. Boom. This is actually going to go much further down. We're going to put it just below this low here because I know that's a super strong draw on liquidity. We'll go below this low. Just have a little fun. I need to take this absolutely seriously. Right now we're in a short. We entered off of this here. Boom. That is a 1 to 4.2. I'm confident and am willing to keep up with this trade. I'm confident in the trade idea. Currently, price is tanking. We entered off of a candle that was going much further down. So, and it went up just a little bit. Now we're waiting on the return. What exactly is going to happen with this? Boom. So you saw this leg up here. This would have been a retrace back up. We have fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. This would have been optimal entry. We waited until the break of structure, so down here, right? We waited till right here. Entered off this candle, and we're watching price. It retraced again a little bit and then tanked down. We're now, I believe, below this low here. If not, we're below this low. In either case, price is going much, much further down. Am I confident in these building blocks that I have laid out before me today? Yes. Yes, I am. Do I think we're going to come out with a profit today? Yes, but I need to be aware of two things. One, I'm looking at a stark move here, right? And that's on the 1-minute. I am looking at lows here, here. I'm looking at lows here, 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 and all the way down here and here. That's what I'm looking at. I set my take profit. Way to flip down there. Do I think this is realistic? No. I think this is realistic. Modify. Boom. That's a 1 to 2. That's more of an adequate thing. I even thought this right here would be more to it. Just take profit here. I think that actually works. That's a 1 to 2.6, I think. Let's see how accurate I am on that. Let's just listen here. This, put it down there. Boom. Take this. Put it there. Boom. 2.7. I was close. We're gonna watch oh so very carefully. We're gonna watch this because I want the best trade imaginable when it comes to this. When we close this position, I'm going to be looking at the app when I do so because I'd like to actually get a profit from this. If we can't profit, then I am more than willing to take a lack of profit. So that way the blow from Monday is lessened and we can go ahead and have this at a much, much lesser number. Lesser? This is less of an impact on this, and as a result, this number-wise is going to be less, but the value is going to be greater. So that's what we're waiting on currently. So far, it's sticking to what we've got, with that being a liquidity sweep, price going much, much lower. We're going to wait. We're going to pause the video. We'll be right back when things get interesting. BRB. So, a couple things. My trade idea was wrong. Is wrong. Currently. However, I'm sticking with what my thought process is, in that price was not going to go above this. This is a draw on liquidity right here. This is liquidity. So price is going to go up into this, right? And per the trend, create the high, right? And we're going to see it drop much, much lower, much, much quicker. That is currently what we're looking at. That's currently what I'm thinking the market is going to do. That honestly makes sense to me. It does. On the same candle wick, same thing right here. We had price go all the way down here, right? For the higher time frame, this is also a draw on liquidity. So, exactly, what am I waiting for? What am I doing? What are we doing in this notion right here? I'm waiting for price to do exactly as I thought it would, as I think it would. I'm waiting for it to create a new high up here, which it already has. Per the app I'm looking at, it already has. Once it creates this high, I'm waiting for it to come back down. We are 2 candles. Yeah. 1, 2 in the green. The third one's forming now. I'm looking at a red candle. We might get stopped out. I hope we don't. But we might. I'm not trading with the smaller time frame trend. I'm trading on the larger time frame trend. I think we had an optimal entry for the sell, for the short position as well. Everything about our building block said price is going to go down off of a liquidity sweep. We even had an SMT divergence, and the SMT is proving that yes, price is going higher instead of lower at the moment. However, there are 2 SMTs saying price is going lower. So I am going to wait patiently. Am I going to regret it? Probably. This would be a valuable lesson to learn, though. For me, for you, for anybody willing to get into the market. Patience. I'm demonstrating it now. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video because right now we are $2,000 negative. We would have lost $5,000 off of this trade if I chose to close it or reverse it. My thought process is fairly simple. I'm going to wait patiently. Seems price is going higher, but at the same time, it's slowing down. Fewer candles in consecutive moves. There is some resistance. There's a lot of resistance. I think we'll see that here in a minute. I want to pause the video, but at the same time, I want to watch it unfold with you guys because I do believe my idea is right, that we'll see a return back down into a downtrend. Am I stubborn in that sense? Probably. Am I marrying my daily bias? Yeah. Because the higher time frame holds higher confluence. And within this trend being a retrace, this right here being the only draw on liquidity within this trend, I imagine it's going to do just that. Create a high here, barrel on down. It'll close above, oh so very slightly. It'll sweep this completely, and then it'll tank. It is currently 10 a.m. I am entirely inclined to say after this trade, regardless of the result, I am going to 100% be editing videos all long lived day, right? All day long. I'd like to see us make a profit off of this, but if we don't, lesson learned. I've learned a few lessons today, so it works. Weird. It looks like we wicked that level. There we go. That's more like it. See price moving up there. We have fair value up here. I think it's going to actually do that too. I think it's going to close up above this, but it's not going to go much higher. And from that, it'll top off, close above it, and full send back down. Looks like if we don't move this, we will get stopped out. And I'm looking at that reversal now. It's actually on that mode. So what I'm going to do is move the stop loss just a little bit. Just up to there. Boom. Not going to change it any further. This gives us a little bit of flex room. In the event this candle that I'm looking at the moment closes the way it looks like it's going to, I might reverse the position. This trade sucks, but it is a learning opportunity for me. What was that? Was my idea finally wrong? Crazy buddy. That? What? I exited out of the trade because we lost. Hi. Easy. Don't lose your balance there, buddy. Yeah, you beat up the bad guy. Woo. Did you get that pillow, buddy? Easy, easy, easy. The headboard there. You don't want to hit that. Ah. Ooh. Oh. Wee. Ew. Ew. We lost our trade. Our idea was wrong. Price wanted to go higher. We were right up until that point. I honestly, like, I understand. I understand my problem. I understand what I did. Did I re-enter? Did I re-enter? Comment section? I thought I closed the position. Oh, you got the teddy bear. I see what you did. I thought I closed the position. Why exactly is it, Is it resuming? No. This is saying it closed the stop loss. If it goes up, it goes up. I mean, that's... Thought I closed it. For this, that was not a smart move because the price is going down now. Much, much further down. I need to learn how to stick to my guns when it comes to taking trades. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Honestly, I'm good. I'm going to lose this trade. One way, I've already lost this trade. We're $8,000 in the hole. Not fun. Very, very not fun. This was the one other day I was actually willing to take a trade. It's 10:41. It's after my time, so big oof on my part. Was I confident in the building blocks we discovered? Yes. Yes, I was. I was confident in the idea that the trade was going to go down. The market was going to go down in the way we wanted. I was wrong on that part. I know what I'm doing wrong, and I now know what to do to fix it. That being said, see you guys in the next video.